shit, what you doing out there in the middle of the Dadburg Lake? Paddling around in the waves like a seal on drugs.
What's up, guys? It's Chris again, none other. On our way out to Milford to fish again. The weather's cooled off a little bit. Hoping that some big fish will be biting. I don't know. I got there's folks that I follow on online who are big time blue cat fishermen, and they catch huge fish, way bigger than I do. But it seems to be the time of year when fish are getting a little hungrier, so hoping to maybe get a little piece of that. Right now it's about 70 degrees. The water is still going to be pretty warm. This recent cooling trend has just been, it's been exactly that, recent. So hoping to take advantage of that. This, looking at the forecast for the future, man, it's like next weekend's going to be in the 60s. And I just don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to fish out of the kayak this year, unless I can figure out a way to do that without, you know, getting hypothermia. Anyway, we're going to try the same approach. I think this trip we've got some shad that we're going to cut up and use, 8 ounces of weight out of the kayak. I'm going to fish the river channel. One thing we are facing this trip is today we have an east wind, and it's not a very strong wind. I think we're looking, I think the forecasted 5 to 10, but when you get to the lake, it's always windier there if it's going to be wind. And there's an old saying about wind from the east, fish bite the least, or some such crap like that. I don't know if there's any validity to that, but we're going to go for it anyway, because any time on the water is a good time on the water, and if I fail, then I've learned something. So we're going to go give it hell, because I tell you what, man, youth is not going to be wasted on this guy right here. So we'll see you guys on the water. What's up, guys? It's me, Chris, out here again. Finally made it on the water, and we're at our spot along a river channel ledge. I chose to fish drifting between 32 and 26 right now. Got a bait shallow, got a bait deep. Conditions are weird, and I'm not super feeling positive about. The water's a little murkier than I would like it to be, and it normally is out here. We had some rain the day before yesterday, and wind coming out of the east. You know, so they say, you know, not the greatest conditions, but we're fishing anyway. I got cut bait on, cut shad, some pretty decent sized chunks. I'm going for it. The season, you know, for a kayak fisherman there's not much more of it left before I'll be freezing my balls off. So going for it. Talk a little bit real quickly while I'm sitting here waiting for nothing about what I'm doing. There's some techniques that I haven't tried yet or really been able to, you know, the Demon Dragons or the Santee Cooper rig with the float to keep the bait off the bottom. I'm lucky to be able to position myself anchor-wise over arches, you know. So my technique is pretty simple. I lower down the bait, I got a weight on there, sliding sinker, 8 ounces of weight to keep me straight up and down no matter what, into a swivel, and then a heavier leader to a 10-aught Team Catfish double action circle hook. One thing that I've found, and I can't remember, I think it was Kayak Catfish where I stole this idea. Measure, you know, I'm using baitcaster reels. Oftentimes you can look up the manufacturer specs, and you can figure out what your ratio is, which means one crank of the reel handle and a complete complete revolution of your reel handle will bring a certain amount of inches, certain number of inches of line in. And it's important because your fish finder tells you where you are, but you drop your stuff over the side and it hits the bottom and there you are. Well, sometimes fish aren't right on the bottom. Sometimes they're suspended. You can see where they are on the finder a lot of times. So what's really been helpful for me is to figure out how many inches my bait comes in if I turn the reel handle one full time. And it's a little bit of math after that. I tie my leader length accordingly so that when I crank the reel handle one full time, I know exactly how many inches off the bottom my bait is going to be. So if fish are, sometimes you find these suckers 10 feet off the bottom, man. And if you don't have the math and you don't have the numbers, you have no idea. You can reel up. Your shit might be 6 feet below the boat. You don't know. And you're going to do that again and again, over and over and over again, and never get anywhere. It's best to just have a little bit of math behind you. So that's really been helpful for me because the fish aren't always on the bottom, like I said, and I'm really just suspended, I see the arches, boom, I go down and hope that they're hungry. So that's what we're doing today, and that's typically what I do. I think tomorrow conditions will be a little more favorable. We'll get wind from the southeast, and it's going to be a little warmer, which doesn't really mean anything. But the direction the wind is coming from, really, I feel like I've heard from so many people that it's a factor. So, not really expecting much this evening, but I really don't give a shit because I'm out here and I'm doing what I love to do. So, anyway, it's all love out here, unless you're one of those clowns that drives by me full blast and thinks it's funny. If you're one of those people, fuck you. But otherwise, it's all love out here. We're living our best lives. So hopefully I'll be back with you guys when we get a fish on. All right, thanks for watching me. What's up, guys? Been sitting out here for about an hour and a half. Finally got our first fish. The way he hit, she, feels like a channel. We're gonna see. It's definitely not very big, but man, I'm just happy to, it's like Keith Richards once said, I'm just happy to be here, man, So whatever this thing is, I'm happy to have it. And we have a small blue. Hopefully that means there's a big blue lurking around here somewhere. I'm gonna glove it up because these things are slimy. Most of you watching this know you fished these suckers, and you know that they are they're just disgusting. But we love them. So without further ado, we have Ralph here, who has managed to wrap himself up. I don't know, man. I don't know has anybody ever done a study on like why these blue cats just love to, it's like they're like in a bouncy castle. They get on a hook and they're like, yay, we're in McDonald's in the bouncy castle, let's wrap the shit out of everything. And they make a lot of noise. I like you, you're a good guy, and hopefully we can take care of these waters and be conservation minded enough that you'll get bigger, much bigger, and then in a few years you'll weigh like 30-40. Alright, well, thanks. Always a pleasure, man. Any fish is a good fish. I don't care what it is. This glove is stuck to me. I'll get back to you guys with the next one, hopefully. What's up, guys? Been about 5-6 minutes since the last time I checked in and said hello. You got another fish on. Maybe we reached the witching hour. I think this fish is a little bigger. He hit this bait like a freight train. It might be a drum, but it's a fish, and I have a camera, and so you know, we're gonna make a sandwich out of it. What we got here? All right. Okay. Okay. We got another blue, kids, and this one's a little bigger than the last one. Glove up and get him in the boat. It's a decent fish. I am not unhappy. I bet a lot of you watching this are like, look at this idiot. He's like, it's like doing the rod and reel like to get the fish in. He's like the biggest idiot in the world. I know my gear though. I know what I'm capable of. Decent blue cat. If we can continue this trend, we'll have a 900 pounder in the boat by the end of the night. This is Jeff. Hi Jeff. You're a little bigger. Glad to have you. Let me get you a name tag and a cup of coffee, and we got some donut holes in the box over the table in the corner. Just find your way over there. Tell them Chris sent you. Anyway, good times. I'm happy. I didn't expect to catch fish. East winds, murky water, fall turnover, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's just weird. It feels weird out here. But I'm catching fish, so it's nothing but love out here right now. Thank you guys for hanging out. Wish every one of you could be here. I'll be back with the next one. Good morning, guys. It's your neighborhood friendly beanstalk of a man, Chris, out here fishing in the kayak, looking for big blue cats. A little late start this morning. I got out here and anchored only to find that my camera battery was dead. I'll tell you what, I love my GoPro camera, but these batteries are diarrhea. They're complete garbage. Somebody needs to do something better. I don't feel like anybody gets what they pay for anymore. I feel like you pay a lot of money for something and you get diarrhea. Anyway, enough of that. So we're back over the river channel again. I'm starting just a little bit past the point here. There's some guys fishing walleye over there. I don't want to get in their way. Courtesy, you know. So I'm starting on a little bit farther down the river channel. We're just going to work our way along it. I'm fishing right now between probably 42 and 32 feet of water, just swinging back over it like I'm in a terrible jazz band. We got cut shad down there, and we're looking for some action. I don't care if it's big or small. I'm just happy to be here, happy to be on the water. It's been a great year. I'm having a lot of fun out here, and that's what matters. So anyway, we just dropped our baits down there. I'll quit running my mouth, and I'll be back to you when we get one on. What's up, guys? I've been out here boiling in the sun for hundreds of years, and wondering why I can't get a fish, and I got one on. Feels fairly decent. You can tell by the look on my face, I'm happy when good things happen. Cut shad for the win. This is definitely a blue cat. I can feel it unwrapping itself from the line. These things are terrible. This is definitely going to be the biggest fish of the day. Definitely not happy to be on the end of this line, but that's okay, because I'm going to put it back. He just doesn't know it yet. This is a decent fish.
Ah, take some drag. Oh yeah. Not as big as the one I got last week, but okay. Okay. Man, he just absolutely crushed that shad head. Actually, it was I had given up. I had completely given up, and I was just like, you know what? I just cut the tail off and throw the whole rest of the damn shad on there. And he just mushed it. And I sent it, and I got it. I'm just sitting out here trying to send it. And I did it. Come on over here, you. This is what I live for. Oh man, playing music in my band and catching fish. Absolutely what I live for. And I sent it. Decent fish. Come here, you turd. Eek, yikes. I'm gloved up. And I got you by the face. Team Catfish 10-aught circle hooks. All day, every day, for the win. I would like to introduce you to Cletus. See, he just said his name. He's saying his name. He's like, oh man, I'm on camera, y'all better get my name right. Blue Cats. Oh, I love it. I love this. I love being out here. And I'll boil in the sun and fight boat wake and everything else all day long for this. So my heart swells to the size of Jupiter, Saturn, Oberon, Miranda, and Titania. All right, let's get this guy back. Catch you later, bud. Woo! My heart's big. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Oh, yeah, before I clicked off after that last fish, I figured I should probably show you guys what in the hell I'm doing. Really nothing different than what everybody else does. Hooking bait and dropping it down. You know, sending it. That's a hunk of shad there. The reason that I mean, you know, everybody knows how to put bait on the hook. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not reinventing the wheel. But one thing that I've learned, and I think, you know, maybe some people that are a little newer at this than dudes that have been doing this for years, is I like to hook a shad right through the eyes, because I don't get, you know, I drop it down to the bottom. I'm fishing in 40 feet of water. I send it down to the bottom and bring it up, and I use, you know, using these bigger hooks, hooking it through the eyes. I don't get the hook coming back through the bait, and it's a really important thing. And if you watch any of these pros, any of these dudes that are real badass, they'll tell you the same stuff. You know, you get a scale on you on the tip of your hook, you're done. You're not sending anything. That scale will keep a hook from penetrating a fish. And when a fishing's tough, it's a tough day, and you get one good bite, man, you better be ready, which means your hook's got to be free. So another thing is, when you do hook a shad through the eyes, if you decide to go that route, if you put the hook through and it sounds so weird to say this. If you put the hook through the eye and you rip the eyeball completely out of the socket so that the hook is just like there through the socket, take the hook out and hook it somewhere else, because that bait, when it gets down there, it will shimmy its way off the hook. I guarantee you that. And you'll fish for thousands of years and be like, man, this spot sucks. Or, man, what's the deal? And, you know, thousands of years go by, you reel it up, you'll have no bait. So, just a little trick. Not even a trick, but just a tip, I guess. Just a tip. Anyway, we're gonna send it back down and we're gonna see what goes on. I'm gonna be in trouble because my babe is expecting me this evening, and I told myself I'd get off the water 10 minutes ago, so I'm gonna give it like another 30 minutes. Alright, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate being here.
Hey, what's up, guys? On our way home from another trip at the lake. The fishing was tough this weekend. It was, and I don't know why. It just was. Or maybe I just failed. But I did catch some fish, and that's always a good thing. I have a good time out here if I don't catch anything, honestly. I'm on the water, man. I'm outside. You know, I'm growing love for the sport and for being and for all of that every day. Every time I come out here, I just get more love in my heart. So, you know, I think if there's to be a lesson learned from this weekend, and I think my thing, man, is if I catch good fish, I catch a lot of fish, I catch no fish, I catch buzz, whatever it is, man. I'm always learning something. Every time I come out here, I learn something new, whether I want to or not. I just do, man. It's just the way it is. If you're fishing hard and you know you really care about what it is that you're doing, and that dream is to get the next big one, the next big fish. You know? And so that being said, this weekend I feel like what I took away from it was that persistence is key. I boiled in the sun, and you know, for a long time, and I kept moving, and I'm dragging the stupid anchor in every time, arm over arm, hand over hand. It's heavy, it's a lot of rope, it's got to be done, you know. I'm having to rebait hooks, you know, I'm going over the ledge, and a boat wake blows me, and I get snagged, and I got to deal with that. You know, at any point in time, you know, 2 hours goes by and I haven't caught a damn thing. It would be easy for me to just say, you know what, I don't have any patience for this anymore, man. I'm done. I'm out of here. This is horse shit. I've wasted time and money. I could be at home in the air conditioning or whatever else. But instead, I stuck with it and I caught fish. And the decent blue that I caught this weekend was not a monster by any stretch, but it was a good fish, and I can add that to my experience. My cup of experience overflows, man. And the only, you know, sometimes it sucks, but you stick with it, and you keep your head in the game, and you keep trying, and you keep moving, and you keep bait on the hook, man, and it pays off. So that's where we're at, man. You know, in the meantime, I want to say thank you guys, those of you watching. Thank you so much for being here and checking it out. I know I'm a complete retard, and you know, my personality is probably really weird. I haven't even watched myself on camera yet, but thank you guys. And for those of you that fish, those of you that are out there fishing, man, keep the love. Let's take care of the sport. Let's take care of our waters. Let's take care of each other the best that we can and be good to each other. And until the next time, man, tight lines, blue skies, fish on.